Hello. Today I wanted to come out here and just show you how I would use this basic hunter's survival kit. I have had a lot of people sharing their opinions on the hunter's survival kit. Now this here I put together just a few items that would help speed up time and also keep my core temperature, hydration, and my basic needs met if I was lost or stranded. There has been a few suggestions of adding different pieces of gear, which I agree with if you want to carry it. Now, you can't take too much if you want to carry it and know how to use it. Myself, I just put in a few things in here because of the size of the bag, but it fits my basic needs. I can do a lot with this gear. Now, carrying a metal container, a liter container, stainless steel for boiling water is a great option. I usually do that, and I do that with my backpack kit. With this one, I didn't. And the reason why is, what that's for is water, hydration. Now, I have hydration covered. I have a water filter. I can go to a puddle, I can go to a stream. Whatever water source I need, I can go over and drink directly from. Your best canteen is your body. So before I even go on a hike, I'll drink a liter of water and then go out for a few hours. And that liter of water is going to do me well for those few hours. But if I find myself out here, lost or stranded, I have that water filter for backup. Or if I do get thirsty and I find a water source, I can keep hydrated that way. So for me, it's a great carry option, but I chose not to because of the weight. And I don't want a half empty water bottle sloshing around as I walk. Now, this is just my own personal preference. This is my kit, and the reason I did this video on this hunter's kit is just to show some basic items that people should carry, in my opinion, because it can make all the difference. Having a tarp, a survival type tarp, or just any tarp that you can get out of the wind and the rain can be a lifesaver. Being able to make fire and keep hydrated as well. So it doesn't matter what you carry as long as you fit those needs. So what I'm going to do is I found this area right here, and it's not a perfect area. I did that for a reason. I have brush everywhere that I'm going to have to trim. But this brush I can use as a bed. It's supposed to pour rain here anytime, next few hours. So I've got to set up a tarp and such because I'm going to show you a scenario of me being lost or stranded out here. It's supposed to rain a lot tonight, and the shelter I'm going to show, I've slept in the rain with it and I was totally dry. Now the only problem is when it's pouring rain, you can't always have a fire unless you put some sort of cover over that to keep that fire going. That's another option I have because I have two tarps. I'm just going to show a basic without a fire and then show you how to make the bed as well and the area I chose. I chose this area right here because I have a tree there and I got a tree there, and also a nice spot I can put my shelter back here with some trimming. But I also have the stream right beside me for water, and also if anything flies by, I can be hanging out different things out there for signaling. A flag waving in the wind. I've got an orange t-shirt on. I can cut the sleeve off of that if I wanted to and hang that out there so people can see when they're flying by or through the woods. Also, I have a orange tarp that this is going to be cleared out enough that they'll be able to see from the air. So it's a very good choice. Also, I have sand, mud right here. Also, I can put some sand from the river on this for my fire, so I don't have to worry about root fires. So this here was a good choice. And right now what I'm going to do is clear out some of these branches, throw on for a bed or something to a mattress to get me up off that ground. Then put up my shelter. Now I've added 2 pieces of gear to this survival kit. What that is the Mora Garborg. This here is the full tang Mora knife, and it's also got a 90-degree spine for a ferro rod. This one's a stainless version. I recently picked this up and I'm going to be trying that and such. Like I said, it's hard to leave the survival bush point home, but I'm going to review this down the road a little bit, and I just want to be using it. So this will be my main knife for the next little while. Also, I always carry my Laplander, and this here makes a lot of difference out here as well. So what I'm going to do is use that to start trimming these off, and it makes fast work. You can break these if you didn't have a saw. You can use your knife, half cut it, break it and such. Many ways to get these down, but this here is going to make it very fast. So I've got this big pile of brush now, and what I can do is just start laying this down so I get somewhat of a mattress. So, what I can do is, that's going to be my front right here. I can just start putting this back and forth like this. And these bigger ones are going to be covered, the bigger ends. These are about thumb size, the ends, so you just keep building that up. And when you're finished, you're going to have, or you want to have, at least 6 inches compressed to keep you up off that ground. So at first, I just throw in a bunch of the bigger branches, and to finish it, you start adding the little ones for comfort. Now you can see that this part here, of course, where I'm going back and forth, there's more here, but you're just going to keep adding more on the ends and then flatten it out. I don't want to trim any more of this, but in the end, you're going to start filling the top with stuff like this. That's going to give you your comfort, your mattress, and also you're going to want, like I said, a foot. That's going to compress down to about 6 inches, maybe more. What you do is you put a bunch on, lay on it, and if you have that 6 inches, I've slept right on the ground with 6 inches of compressed, right on the snow. So if you feel yourself getting a little cold, throw some more on. Can't go too much. So this is how you make your bed right there. You just keep throwing it on. There's many books on showing how to just put it all on an angle and such. I've done it this way. Just threw it on there. It's quick, it's easy, and it's worked for me. Using a saw to collect my limbs is no different than pruning a hedge. So that is a good reason why I use a saw. Also, I wanted to mention that I have cordage that I carry for setting up a shelter in my survival blankets. This one here is a survival utility blanket, and I have cordage in here so I can set up a quick shelter. It was mentioned that carrying cordage was a good idea, and I totally agree. And that's why I do have cordage in here, but I did not mention that in the video, which I should have. So I have everything I need right in here to set up my shelter. Got the tarp, and I also have the cordage. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to set this up. Got my ridge line up. Now I can start with cutting a couple pegs and finish setting this up. What I've done is just cut a branch . 7-8 inches long. And all I have to do is sharpen the tip. That's one. The Garberg is working rather nice. There's two.